I would like to thank everyone for attending this vigil on behalf of the victims of this senseless tragedy in Quebec. Our thoughts and our prayers go to the family and friends of the community of Quebec, and the larger community of Canada. One can only imagine how much hate had to be festering to commit such a crime. Sadly, in this day and age, it seems to be growing at a rate that is becoming less manageable. The concept of hate has existed since man has been on this planet. But the freedom to choose not to hate has existed longer. We take for granted the liberties and freedoms of this country. We forget about the people who struggled and fought to preserve these values. We also forget these freedoms are not etched in stone. It's something that we always got to be working towards. They can disappear in a moment. We have to also remember to respect all people, no matter their color, race, gender. In Arabic, now don't be alarmed, this is called a jihad. It's the daily struggle. It's the daily struggle to keep working at that, maintaining that decency, the respect. This is a jihad that nobody ever reads about or hears about. We only hear about the jihad, well, I don't have to explain, you guys know that one. Killing people on the based on the way they worship makes no sense to any rational human being. But unfortunately, it does make sense to a few. This vigil, and like others around the country, prove there are only few of these hate mongers. But let's not kid ourselves. Hate is like a weed. Left unchecked, it can grow real quickly. But the love and kind words that I've heard across the country and in our local community, like that's the medicine for that hate. We cannot be divided by fear, ignorance, or misunderstandings. I sometimes hear Muslims do not respect our Canadian values. Honestly, I'm not sure what they're talking about. So, like sometimes I'm not like the sharpest tool in the shed. I had to go look up the word values. I had to write this definition. I looked at the definition, and this is what it said. They are a set of consistent measures and behaviors that individuals choose to practice in the pursuit of doing what is right, what is expected of them in society. The attributes include honesty, trustworthiness, diligence, discipline, fairness, love, peace, justice, care for one another, being mindful of the environment, including plants and animals. In addition, selflessness and putting the well-being of all before a person's own needs are desirable human values. Generally, human values are highly encouraged in society, while negative attributes are discouraged and condemned. There's no mention about how one dresses, what one eats, how one worships. Nothing. I'm Canadian. I was born here. I lived here all my life. I'm also Muslim. Recently, I've made some new friends. We have some new Syrian refugees around here from a Syria that was war-torn. But we were very kind enough, the Canadians were kind enough to make it happen that they came here. They're Syrian, they've been born there, they lived there all their lives. So far, I've had no issue with our values. I have a Moroccan friend. Now I have an Afghan friend. Yes, they may adhere to the faith a little more than I. And my young Afghan friend, he thinks he can beat me in a game of one-on-one. I don't. Seriously. But our values are not different. So I really wish nationalities would not put a claim to values. No nationality owns a value. Every human being should strive for those values. The values that we cherish today come from Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and many cultures from around the world. We have to remember, we're all one family. With a few in-laws we try to avoid sometimes. Make sure I have none here right now. That's sure. The victims in Quebec were sons, fathers, brothers, husbands, friends, shop owners, professors, the list goes on. They were someone to somebody. A tragedy that was inexcusable. But the light in this dark moment is they were also someone to us. Everybody here today, like, we didn't know these people, but we do know the tragedy of the situation, the pain that the family and their friends are feeling right now. Basically, it was an assault on our human values. We have to remain vigilant to protect these human values. The world is a crazy place right now. And now more than ever, we have to work harder to keep the good in society vibrant and glowing, to outshine any hatred that wants to surface from any corner of this great country. No group of people has a monopoly on hate. It can show its ugly head anywhere. I'd like to conclude with one of my favorite Muhammad Ali quotes. He says, "A man who views the world the same at 50 as he did at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life." My sincere condolences to the families of Quebec, and thank you guys for your support of the Muslim community. Thank you.